Okay, so next we're going to be looking at code injections. And in our scenario, since we're doing web applications right now, with code injection we target the web server. Again, not directly the user, but the web server that the user talks to. But as with any type of vulnerability, code injections can of course occur in other scenarios as well. For example, on desktops for local privilege escalation or that kind of stuff. So, to give you an overview what I mean by code injection, imagine you want to write a calculator app, a web app. Now you could do this by, for example, writing a parser that takes in a formula like this. But of course you would have to keep in mind that you'd have to calculate this first and then this, and essentially parse the whole thing, which might be complex to do in code. So you might want to look for a shortcut. And how could you do that? Well, PHP, for example, offers an eval function, stands for evaluate, where you can just pass a string, and that string will be interpreted as PHP code and executed. So here's your one-line calculator app. Sorry, I'm using a tablet now. I have to get used to it. So, one-line calculator app. Well, this is obviously a very bad idea because this variable here is user-controlled. So, if the user, for example, chooses to submit something like this uses the exec function that we have seen before to execute arbitrary system commands, then the user has directly remote code execution. So this is obviously a bad idea. And hopefully nobody of you will ever use the eval function with user supplied input. So why do we still talk about it? Well, there are more subtle cases. For example, there's some APIs that are very poorly designed in, for example, PHP, but also other languages. There's a special case of serialization. It's also code injection. We're going to be looking at serialization next week. And there are many other more subtle cases. For example, one case we'll be looking at is template injection. Template injection in the Apache Struts framework was, for example, used to hack Equifax.